Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa. Barbosa. Number four was the County York. Who is not here will catch the playback. They will catch the playback. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Shout out to my YouTube support team and my loyal subscribers that have been with me for years. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. It is what it is. I was thinking about what to tell you guys today, but I got to tell you the truth. I got to tell you the truth. I am Arabia Barbosa, 914 was the County York. 914 was the County York. Let's shout out to Westchester County. Shout out to Westchester County. And shout out to New York City. Shout out to you. Shout out to the woman that did my artwork design. Shout out to Khadijah. Shout out to you, baby girl. Shout out to you. Yeah, but we see what's going on in these YouTube streets. And I went to work this morning around 4 o'clock in the morning. Had to catch the carpool, and just like Sis said, I need to have my own car. I need to have my own car. Birdman is dead, so I don't have a car. Birdman would have got all the cars all I needed. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. It is what the fuck it is. Those that are not here will catch the playback. But I'm gonna tell the story. I'm gonna tell my story. I'm gonna tell my story. I can't tell nobody else's story. I don't know their story. I don't know Sis' story. I don't know Queen Regina's story. I don't know Sister T's story. I don't know nobody else's story on these YouTube streets. Shout out to the chat, shout out to the chat. But I do know of one story. One story. If any YouTuber does something on YouTube and get locked up, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna be on jail. You're gonna be in jail for quite a while. Cause I cannot get in the car and travel anywhere to find you or rescue you. That would be Birdman. Birdman was my co-pilot. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. But I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, new YouTube creators, especially you males, especially you males, realize who your enemy are. They're not on YouTube. They're in your real life. Shout out to the chat. It is what the fuck it is. I'm not traveling all the way from South Carolina. I'm living in South Carolina with a New York heart and going to Virginia to get you out of jail, to bail you out. I cannot bail you out. Because if I was in trouble, ain't nobody gonna bail me out. I gotta sit there. I gotta sit there until the judge sees me. Shout out to the chat. It is what the fuck it is. Number four, what's it coming York? I am your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa. Arabia Barbosa. Learn how to say the goddamn name. Shout out to the chat. But I saw where there was a young man, whew, King Outlaw Anthony. He was in Virginia. He went live. I hit the link. I said, do not get in no trouble. Do not get in no trouble. And I mean that from the bottom of my Cape Verdean New York heart. Do not get in no goddamn trouble behind this YouTube streets bullshit. It's politics. Do not do that. Do something for you. Don't do something for your YouTube creators or your subscribers. It's not going to mean that much because Tommy Sotomayor is not here. Tommy Sotomayor, I'm going to tell you something, and a lot of you don't want to listen to it. Tommy Sotomayor used to pay his enemies on YouTube to get out of jail. He used to pay the bail, he used to pay the bond, he used to go to court with these people, and don't nobody know that. Shout out to Tommy Sotomayor for doing it. Because a lot of you ain't going to do it. You're not going to do shit. If I was to go to jail right now, who going to pay my bail or my bond? Nobody. Who going to put money on my books? Nobody. If I go to prison, are they going to put any money on my books? Nobody. Shout the chat. They might mean well, but they not going to pay. And they don't need to pay. That's their money. They working hard every day. Why should they pay for your fucking mistakes? Shout out to the chat. Don't nobody need to pay for me, Arabia Barbosa, going to jail or anything else. Because when I saw that young man the other night, I said, oh, Lord, I wish Birdman was here. Birdman would have got a car and would have drove to Virginia. You know how long it would take us to get to fucking Virginia? To bail somebody out of jail? And then 2 months later, they disrespect me in their chat, on their channel. Shout out to the chat. It does happen. Because Tommy Sotomayor went through that years ago. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my support team doing the artwork design. Shout out to you. Shout out to your home teams that are helping you doing it. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to you. It is what the fuck it is. It is what the fuck it is. 914 Western County, New York. We in the motherfucking house. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what the fuck it is. 914 Western County, New York. We in the motherfucking house. Kucha na mimi kula jakula miche bariri. Michi bariri. That means get me a cold glass of water. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't feel like speaking Swahili right now. I don't feel like speaking Spanish right now. I want to speak English to my people. Stop doing the dumb shit you're doing on YouTube. It's not worth it. Nobody cares about you when you get locked up. When you get locked up, guess what they do? They laugh. They laugh. Look at what the subway shooter did years ago. Guess where he is at? He's in a federal prison. Do some of you want to go to prison? You want to go to prison? You better not. Better not. On these YouTube streets. You better not. You gonna go to state prison for assaulting someone? If you are sitting in the county jail or the city jail, you're gonna suffer. They're gonna make sure you don't eat. They're gonna make sure you don't shower. They're gonna make sure of certain stuff. A shelter check. In prison, at least you get certain freedoms. But you are not free in prison. I know that. My inmate number 221644. I just used to stand for that number every day as a young woman. A young woman from 22 all the way to I was 28 years old. I didn't meet my original biological family until I was 30 years old. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. And people think I hate white people. No, one of my girlfriends was white. She was white. And she was considered a dangerous criminal for many, many years. Her name was Nora. Nora Taylor. And she did some shit to get her husband out of jail. Get her husband out of difficulty. And that's what a lot of women do. Black, white, Hispanic, Native American. That's why a lot of the women are sitting in fucking prison right now. We got women that's sitting on life sentences right now. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what the fuck it is. I'm gonna keep talking my truth. I'm gonna keep talking my fucking truth until I die. Until I stop fucking breathing. I went to work today, had a very good day. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. But tomorrow is gonna make my whole week. It's gonna make my whole week. And I will be able to support the people I need to support on these YouTube streets. Shout out to the YouTube streets. But I'm sorry I didn't listen to certain voices on YouTube. I wish I would have listened because I would have been much richer and in a better place. I would not be living in this fucking apartment if I would listen to those voices. I didn't. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. It is what the fuck it is. 914 Western County, New York. We are in the motherfucking house. Shout out to my support team for doing the artwork designs that you did do. Shout out to Khadijah, my baby girl over there. She don't bother nobody. Nobody. She supports me. She helps me. And I listen to Sis. I listen to Ray Live TV. I listen to Sister T. I listen to different YouTubers on YouTube. Brown Skin Lady, shout out to you. Brown Skin Lady, shout out to you. Shout out to Vince the Sniper, shout out to you. It is what the fuck it is. I'm gonna be all right. And I need my subscribers and my YouTube creators because they are, they need to be respected. I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no harm. The company I'm working for right now. I don't mean no harm, but one of my coworkers got killed a few months ago. His name is Stanley. I remember Mr. Stanley. I call him Mr. Stanley. And Mr. Stanley was out there doing traffic control, working the flag, slow, stop. He was a flagger, a certified flagger. Shout out to the chat. He was certified under a different company. He went to the other company and he flagged for them. He's dead right now. He's sleeping on a dirt mat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Every time I think about Mr. Stanley, I know him very well. Because I remember when we was working downtown Charleston, South Carolina, we was working in the Charleston motel in downtown Charleston. And he told us how to clean everything and how to get everything on point. And now he's dead. And these other motherfuckers, they turning a blind eye. But I'm going to tell you what was told in Maryland. The Adventures of Maryland. Shout out to the chat. The Great Dragon had to go up and talk to an older dude. I forget his name. I really can't call his name. But he said to he told to the Great Dragon, he said, what can I do? Can I use a blind eye and not see anything? And the great dragon told him, you've been doing it for over 25 years. It's a lot of you got blind eyes. You don't see nothing. You don't hear nothing. I see and hear everything. I'm not shy of nothing. If anybody got any problem with me, they can hit my fucking link or shut the fuck up forever. For real. A lot of my YouTube creators, they like when I come in, but I gotta get off. I give myself 3 minutes to be on a panel somewhere. I don't want to be on a panel. I want to be in the real life, doing the real shit, doing the real work. Because a lot of my people are dying around me. A lot of my people are dying. They've been dying for years. Years. I'm so sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. The only one that can stop it might be me. Might be me. Shout out to the chat. Birdman no longer here with me. Rest in peace, baby boy. Shout out to you. Veteran. A veteran is dead and gone. Another veteran. Just like Sergeant Crystal Reagan. Just like a whole lot of people on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. A lot of them are dead and gone. Why are they dead and gone? Because y'all didn't speak up for them. But I remember Birdman speaking up for me plenty times. Plenty times. He had no business in the business, but he did it. He did it. He did it well. He said, Arabia, you're going to miss me when I'm gone. That's exactly what the fuck happened. Exactly. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. 914 Washington County, New York. It is what it is. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my loyal subscribers. Been riding with me for years and years. Shout out to you. You know who you are. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Do your shit. Do it well, but be careful. Don't get locked up. Don't get locked up. Because you get locked up, I'm going to find out about it. If I get locked up, you guys going to find out about it. Because I will post it. I will post it when I get fucking locked up. Again. I'll be 52. March 18th, I will be 52 years old. That's too old to get locked up. But I can get locked up just like everybody else. If I want to go into Walmart and steal all the food I want to steal and steal anything else, guess what's going to happen to me if I get caught? Shout out to chat. There's a court where those that that get caught stealing at a Walmart, we have to wash cars. whatever judge you go in front of, they're gonna say you gotta do 30 hours, maybe 500 hours of washing car. And if you don't do it, you going to prison for 5 years. I don't give a goddamn. Fuck Walmart. Fuck the justice system. They failed me and they failed me all the time. In my first period of my life, they failed me. You didn't find the right parents for me. You put me in a drop shot, no name or brand, drop shot hole. You put me there. Got burned up. My brother was abused. I was abused physically. I was abused physically, sexually. My brother was abused physically. I don't give a goddamn what nobody say about Arabia Barbosa. You suck a bag of dicks and get the fuck out of here. Now shout out to the chat.